replay analysis for Vega. Free analysis. So they are looking for advice on how to play high level ferries around diamond champ level, positioning, and things practice on in training. Alright, should be nice and easy. Let's go. Well, first thing I would like to point out is the camera settings. They're basically default except higher. Like I had a look at them, it was 100 FOV, 100, 200 distance, which is really close, and also negative 10 pitch, so you're basically looking down on top of your car. So, first of all, I would say turn the pitch down to at best like -6, maybe lower if you want to. But negative 10, you may as well just be looking down upon your car at that point. And also being this close, it just means while you have FOV, you don't have the distance to actually see what's going on properly. So you're just way too close. So that's definitely first thing, I would say. Change up your camera settings a little bit, because they're way too close. And, well, kickoff, it was okay. You flip on the boost, all well and good, but then, well, we'll look at the main problem of this, what happened. Yeah, the main problem is that you don't allow yourself to land here. You keep on boosting, and that means you end up losing the kickoff badly. Alright, so rotate back, grab some boost, yep. Probably not the best position to be in, to be honest, considering JFK is backing up your teammate. Not very well, but nevertheless, you have 3 people up, and this is, yeah, it's a goal. You had 3 people up, there was no reason to do that, and yeah, you cut in here and don't really take your time like you should have. Try and save it. Going in full speed like that, you'll never save it unless they hit it right into you. You trade up, so that's alright. You try to intercept that, which was okay move. You're a bit too far, I would say, to go for this. If you're closer, I would say, yeah, that's fine. Try and go for a 50-50. But you're too far to begin with. You almost got the hit if you had just double jumped instead of flipping. But, yeah. Nevertheless, it wasn't the best move. We'll go back here. Rotating the wrong side of the field, you need to be going to the other side so you can keep wide, allow yourself reaction time. Why are you turning off ball cam there, really? An opponent has just hit this into the offensive half and you decide to turn off ball cam. Just very unusual. Again, just where are you going with this? Like, you should be staying here. You have no boost. You have no way to get this ball unless it comes down to you. And you start creeping forward and it's just very weird. Okay, so you get caught out of position, but your team does clear it out. Again, though, you start creeping forward, like, you keep on creeping forward here, like, what are you doing exactly? You're just putting yourself out of position, you force yourself to reverse. Take way too long to get it out, and this should be just put right back in, yep. Yeah, just very slow again. Like, why are you taking so long to react this? Why aren't you going this right away? Like, you're here for a reason, to receive a pass, and he's just given it to you. And instead you take an eternity to go for it, and you waste all your boosts anyway. You take an eternity to grab the next boost. Like, and again, just rotating to the wrong side. Like, why aren't you immediately going to the other side of the field? Instead, you're just crawling up the wall, completely whiffing everything, because your teammate had it first, and rightly so. This isn't a very good start at all, this first minute. Very much, well, I would more liken it to a gold. But, you know, platinum. We'll see how it goes. You were in the right position at time, just didn't happen. But this is just, why are you air rolling? Why are you flipping into it like that? What you should be doing is aligning yourself properly instead of jumping way too early, and you had plenty of space to go for that. You're always going to get that hit first if you just, well, hit it, and instead you just fly at it way too early, you panic and you just completely whiff it. And then you get demoed, and you're back. See what you do here, if it's much the same or not. This was okay, you stayed mid. I don't know why you grabbed that boost though. You could have picked up small boosts and leave it for a teammate. You had 57 at this point, you had no excuse to go for that big boost. And yeah, wasn't the greatest aerial. You go up too early, you have to use almost all of your boost to grab it. And even then, you don't hit it to advantage. And again, turning off ball cam, very unusual point. Like, why are you turning off ball cam here? You have no reason to. You need to know where the ball's going. If you don't know where the ball's going, this happens, where you end up rotating the wrong direction. You end up trying to go for this hit for some stupid reason, and now you're out of position. Sure, you have boost, but then you completely waste 20 of it for no good reason. You take full boost from your teammate, who might need it later. You never know. Like, how much boost did you have here? You had 61 before you waste another 20. It's just kind of useless at the moment. Well, this first 2 minutes hasn't been a very productive match, but then you do get a goal. As I was saying that. Opponents screw up, you get a pretty simple shot goal, and it happens. Yeah, that first 2 minutes was very worrying, to say the least. But you do redeem it a few seconds later, so... So you cheated up on the kickoff, fair enough. If you are going to do a double jump aerial like this, don't take so long to turn on your boost, because if you had actually put your boost on right away, you would have hit that a lot better. I don't really get why you're going for this. Like, it has just gone past you. Let your teammate get it. Trust your teammate. Don't go flying into it, waste all your boost, and have to waste a large boost pickup on basically nothing. And you're going way too flat there. Basically, here you jump too early. I don't know. Like, it's not going fast enough for it to come right to you. So, no real reason to be jumping that early. But you recover, you rotate the correct side for once. I doubt it's very intentional though, considering how this match has gone, the first half. But again, you're just kind of going way too forward. Again, like, you've already got 2 teammates who are going forward. You should be staying back a bit. You're third man. You're third man, and you're almost ahead of your teammates. It's very weird, like, and just very bizarre. Like, why? You're probably gonna miss this, I know. Well, you proved me wrong there. Congrats. You saved it. But we'll go back to here. Sorry for not having any faith in you. But anyway. Yeah, that's just a very bizarre flip. Like, it seems like you tried to pre-jump it even though there was no condition to pre-jump it. But you do get a save, you're pretty composed that time, so props. You try to get an aerial clear out. At least you're all decently accurate this time. Main problem is that you didn't hit it high enough, so it just smacks straight into the double committing opponents. Just waste away your last 40 boost on nothing. You'll turn, yeah. I was expecting that. Instead of picking up small boost and going for this hit, you instead decide to pick up the large boost, get removed from the play for the next several seconds, still get removed from the play. You've burnt away 65 boost, 55 without any progress. You've driven a quarter of the field and used up more than half your boost. So I suppose there's that, and then you burn away the other 55 on nothing. 45, sorry. So, you know, it's going pretty well in terms of boost management, eh? Again, decent shot though. Like, while you've been pretty much a bit of a parasite on the boost pads for most of this game, you're there when it counts. You've scored 2 goals, so. But I wouldn't really expect this to be a common occurrence to be doing this while being such a waste. Like, the opponents have produced a lot of opportunities by double committing, variously whiffing, and your teammates being able to get good pass. That actually wasn't a bad shot attempt that time. We'll go back to the kickoff. Grab boost probably would be handy. Maybe learn half flips eventually. But yeah, it wasn't too bad of a shot. Only problem was that you didn't let it hit the top of your nose enough. You didn't give it enough time to cross you. So you just hit it a bit too early, so it drifts left. But, you know, it wasn't too bad. It puts it center, it keeps the pressure on. But again, you're turning off your ball cam for way too long. You turn off your ball cam for the entire length of the field. You could be keeping on ball cam and picking up boosts at the same time, especially on Champions Field. Like, look at on Champions Field, you got these nice white lines, clear as daylight, that show you exactly the path to the boost. Just follow them. Like, you're not going to miss boosts on this field when you've got these nice lines that just look at me, go for me for boost. Instead, you keep on ball cam and don't use any reference. Like, just very bad. And so yeah, you don't even know what's happening. The ball was in the off. We'll look from one of your teammates' perspectives. Much better camera settings, I might add, because he's actually got decent distance on this. But we'll go back to the point that you started retreating. So we'll just watch it. You make the attempted shot, you miss. Okay, this is where you start going back and you turn off ball cam about here. You don't know what's happening for the next 5 seconds or so. Shot. You could have put that straight in if you had picked up some small boosts and turned right back around. So that's nice and easy. Or alternatively, if you had turned around a bit later on the mid boost and picked up some small boosts, you could have intercepted this. But instead, teammate is forced to a very little boost, and finally you come into the equation and then completely whiff it. So there you go, big attacked, big nice attack opportunity, just completely wasted, and you also give them a free counter attack on top of it. So you'll burn away your next 20 boosts on nothing. Like, I'd want to be mindfully trying to pick up a couple small boosts while you're waiting for something to happen. Not sitting around, like, you pick up one boost by accident, pretty much. But, again, you're in a position for the shot, so, in the end, quite trivial, seeing as you're winning by 2 goals. Again, kick off. You should be flipping there on that first. You should be flipping on that first boost instead of that. But you know, it is what it is. And 3rd goal. Well, 4th for you actually, wouldn't it? Yes, it would be. Okay, so kickoff happens, you cheat it up, no problem. You hit it into the corner, teammate screws it up. So you rotate back, but again, ball cam kept off way too long. You are able to react to it though, and you get a pretty decent clear out process. I'd be looking to actively avoid that boost though, because well, it's your back corner. Very unlikely to have boost steals at this level. Again, no, you're in a position for a shot, and you almost put it in for the 5th, but it doesn't quite happen. and you get demoed, so that'll be you out of the play. That was probably a good move not to go for that. It's very easy just to get baited into it. You get baited on the aerial. It was reasonable to pop it up though. Just not really a shot for you to go for, and you should be listening out for your teammate. You hear him jump a good half second before, well, good second almost before you go up. So at most you should do one jump and then react to it. And now it's just roll 1 for the next, yep, and that's the end. I'll just get to the point here. While it may seem from this, like 4 goals, 8 shots, 1 save, while it may seem on the surface that you absolutely carried this match and you're the sole reason you won, sure, very easy to see that, but that's only in the scope of this match. Got to look at the bigger picture here, because in the end you want to get higher, Diamond Champ level. That means that this style will not work and it will get heavily punished by any opponent that is reasonably competent. These opponents were not competent. They whiffed, they screwed up so many opportunities, including opportunities you handed them basically on a silver platter. They screwed them up. If there was an opportunity, they screwed it up somehow. They only had 4 shots, so it was pretty good to restrict them. You and your team kept pretty decent offensive pressure, but in the end, the opponents you were taking on weren't very good quality, at least on this game. You had a pretty easy time of it. You weren't really challenged that much. I think the only time you were really challenged was the one save you made, which was a pretty decent save, and I didn't really expect you to make it, considering that first 2 minutes, but, credit to you for that. But, yeah, there's a lot of improvements to make, especially in the boost management department. Like, you wasted a monumental amount of boost, to say the least. Like, I'll probably quickly pull up the replay stats. I'll try and find the boost stats if it mentions it. I'll just see if I can find you. See, boost wasn't too bad. Okay, yep. Just trying to find it. I don't know if this one does it though. Like, in the end, in comparison to your teammates, you actually didn't pick up that many big boost pads. Well, main thing is that the JFK experience, one of your teammates stole 21 of his big boost pads, so he took it from the opposite half. Main problem is that you didn't really pick up all that many small pads, though. You could have picked up a lot more than what you did. While yours is about average with your playlist, while your amount of small pads was about average, it could have been done a lot better. So, what you need to be doing is just looking for those small pads a lot more. Instead of defaulting to big pads. Well, you just missed a lot of good opportunities that you would get punished for if you're in Diamond, to say the least. That would be my main thing. And all of the small pads you got was in the offensive half, like 23 to 16. It was the ratio, so, of offensive to defensive in terms of small pads. So, main thing is definitely your boost management. You waste a lot of boost. While it may be it definitely is pretty normal for Platinum 3 to waste a lot of boost. It's just how it is. You definitely need to work on it. Most Diamond players, they'll be picking up 3 to 1, 4 to 1 small pads to large pads. Not closer to 2 to 1, which is what you're doing. And pretty much all your teammates were doing worse than that. They were doing almost 1 to 1. So, this isn't just an issue with you, this is an issue of basically the entire rank. And it's just something to focus on. You definitely need to fix that up, your boost management. Another thing, there was another thing, I'll try and pull it up. No, I think that was pretty much it for that. Kickoffs, I think it was mainly diagonal kickoffs he had trouble with. Yeah, I think it was mainly that. I'll just quickly go through that. So diagonal kickoffs, basically, you know how to do this, so you can flip. And that'll save you 19 boosts, but that's pretty slow. Or you can do this, where you can go a lot faster. I'm supersonic when I hit the ball, so yeah. So that's just that's pretty much quick run through. That's what you can do with diagonal. Seemed like you had the other kickoff reason, of course I ran out of boost. But yeah. But for this also you can improve on this, just making sure you allow yourself to land and then flip into the second time. But yeah, what else is there? Okay, what you wanted. So tips on playing, well, next level for you is Diamond. So that's the main thing. I'll just pull up the video by Johnny Boy. I like referencing this one a lot. A video by Johnny Boy on Rocket League tips in terms of climbing ranks.
First lighting.
I'll just pull it up. The quick plat to diamond stuff. So I'll also link it in a description. The Johnny Boy's video because it is very helpful as quick tips. So definitely being more efficient. That's one of the tips he points out, and I definitely agree with that. You definitely need to improve your efficiency, not just with boost, but your movement around the field. You take very large cuts out of the field, so you will travel a very long way just to get somewhere instead of just taking the short way and being simple with it. So that's the main thing. Just trying to cut short your trips around. Like instead of going all the way back for some one large boost pad, just wait a little while and just wait around the midfield and just grab some small boost pads. That way you'll, like, I think I covered it, you'll pretty much have like 60 boosts or so, and bang, there you go. That's all you need. You only need about 40-50 boosts to do something, to just about hit a ball from anywhere, from any height, or, you know, like, you really don't need that much boost if you know what you're doing. It's pretty simple in the end. And that's just a simple way to fix it. What else is there? Yeah, that was one thing I noticed was that you didn't really half flip. You didn't need to that much, seeing as you're in the offensive half for much of the game, but I think I will cover it nevertheless. So yeah, half flips. So it was the only opportunity you had to do it really was maybe on the diagonal kickoff. So was here, and you had another guy who was left, so you went for the boost. That's fine. So yeah, you instead just did this. It's very hard not to do a half flip for me, because I'm very used to it. But yeah, you pretty much did that and then went forward. That's okay, but you can be faster. So you can just like do a half flip, use your boost, turn around. And that way, you can also cover the goal if you need to, instead of being slow back. Also practicing it. So easiest way to practice half flips is just to practice your stalling. Practice stalling your flip first. So doing a backflip and then quickly hitting your joystick forwards. If you use KBM, then hitting S and then W. Once you've done your backflip. Like obviously I'm used to these half flips, so using my joystick. So, but yeah, just practicing stalling your flip. And then once you get used to it, you can either use your air roll, like I'm doing here, and this is the one I use the most because it's the easiest and least error free, because I just stall the flip and then use my air roll when I'm stalled. Or alternatively, you can use the joystick half flip, which means doing diagonal, using diagonal. Basically, you're doing a diagonal backflip and then pulling back forwards, and that way, I basically get it rotated around like that. It's a faster way, but it's a lot harder, and I can screw it up still sometimes. So But basically, it's just a very quick recovery method, and you definitely need those recoveries if you as you start climbing up the ranks. I would definitely encourage you to get more into boost starving as well, instead of taking so much boost from your end, because that means you have more boost for later, basically, if you need it. And you're also not being as wasteful, and you're also being a nuisance on the opponents, and you always want to be a nuisance on the opponents, so you can't really take up that, can't really put away that opportunity. But yeah, I will, like I said, I'll link those in the description, you can go through that. Johnny Boy explains it far better than I ever will, and he probably also has, and he also definitely has a lot more knowledge than me, so yeah, I'll do that. But and there's also plenty of half flip tutorials online. Nowadays, with the resources that are around, you'd be kind of a fool not to make use of them. I kind of wish I did have all of that stuff back when I started playing. So yeah, definitely take advantage of it. There's heaps of people who want to help you, to say the least. But yeah, I would say apart from that, oh yes, things you can practice in training. Like I said, the half flips. Honestly, you don't need any training packs yet. Like, it is literally just in-game stuff, like things you can only learn in-game, like boost management, basic game sense, being able to react to what the teammates and the opponents are doing better, keep you on ball cam. Like, those aren't really things you can practice in a training pack still. And until that happens, it's basically you just have to practice it in game, because that's the really only way you're gonna get to diamond at the moment, I would say. Just learning the more basic stuff in free play, just honing the basics really, getting better. Because really, in the end, the best players are the ones who can do the basics the best. They're the ones who will not screw up the basic stuff. But yeah, I would say that's pretty much it for this. If you need any more clarification, feel free to DM either me or the other coaches in the Discord. I'm sure they're more than happy to help. But until then, see ya.